We all want the fountain of youth, and anti-aging medicine is big business. People often end up taking multiple hormones and antioxidants along with exercise and modifying their lifestyle in an attempt to slow the aging process. And of course, we'd all like to look younger and feel younger, but are hormones and antioxidants the way to go? Well, with this day and age of anti-aging medicine, we have some information that throws a curveball. This time, it's about assumptions that are accepted as fact. Now, this information may upset many people, but remember, we're only the messengers.
Indeed.
And scientists are now showing that antioxidants may be aging us and shortening our lifespan. How can this be? Aren't vitamins a good thing?
Yeah, well, see, that's what happens when we make a lot of assumptions and we don't have the data to back it up. And we really should take a look at what a free radical and what an antioxidant are, because this is the crux of what we need to understand to get this right.
Yeah, we're always hearing about free radicals and oxidation.
Exactly. We're talking about inflammation. We talk about free radicals. We're talking about chemicals that are toxic to the body. And when they're toxic to the body, they cause inflammation and they cause a lot of problems with chronic diseases. We know that. That's been established in medicine pretty well. So the free radicals, from the point of view of mainstream science so far, really show us, Vicki, that they are things that are the bad guy. Now, antioxidants are another story. They're the other side of this. Our body makes antioxidants naturally, and it responds to situations where we have a lot of free radical stress. And we also can take antioxidants on the outside. And it seems like we might have gone overboard. And so we have a balance between the two. Too many free radicals, we age too fast. We get things like cancer and heart attacks and strokes and all diabetes and all the other diseases we're talking about. Don't have enough of them, or if we have enough of them in the terms of antioxidants, we do pretty well.
Well, don't they kill bacteria?
Well, the free radicals do. Free radicals are something that are really an issue that it's turning out that we need. They're not just all bad. They serve a lot of purpose in our metabolism. So we can't kill, for example, microbes when they get in our bodies without having free radicals, because our white cells have a lot of potential free radicals in them. And when they get cytokines, which are messengers from the immune system that say, start producing these free radicals, because we're going to go out and we're going to start eating up microbes so that you can kill them with your free radicals, that's a big deal.
So this really is about balance then, isn't it?
Totally about balance. And the whole thing here about balance is we don't understand it, but we think we do. And we made certain assumptions that just turned out to be wrong.
Well, I guess it turns out that some of these antioxidants in the form of vitamins like vitamin E and beta carotene can actually cause some problems. They can increase our risk of cancer and heart disease.
Exactly. And when those studies first came out, you know, there's a big tension between the complementary and alternative medicine group and there's and the mainstream medical doctors. And of course, we're trying to do the same thing. So why then, Vicki, don't we just get together and do it like a team? So
turf, I guess.
it's about turf wars, and there are too many turf wars going on that way. I mean, we do want to look at what we can do in the mainstream, and we have lots of research to look at and to consider. But we also want to do the complementary and alternative medicine approach too, because what we have otherwise are two extremes and no middle ground.
Well, maybe we could talk about the worm, the mice, and the rat study.
Right. Now, they aren't people. We got to start out with that. We're talking about worm metabolism and mice and rats. But it's where we start, and it's where we get the ideas of what's going on. And some research was done back in the 1940s that showed that free radicals actually extended life. And you would think just the reverse. You would think that if we had a lot of free radical damage going on, that would just cause disease.
So they lived longer with lower amounts of antioxidants.
Yes, these were in worms. So the worms actually lived 20, 30, 50% longer when they had more in the way of free radical stress, more free radicals around, and less in the way of antioxidants. But on the flip side, you also get to a situation, Vicki, where what happens is you have too much in the way of antioxidants, and it actually makes things worse, which is kind of surprising, because if you have the simple theory that what we're doing is just matching antioxidants and free radicals to have a healthy body, we miss out on these extremes that we learned from these worm studies.
Okay, so it appears that the free radicals are actually part of our defense mechanism.
Absolutely.
And they help the body to repair itself.
Yes. So it's got two major things here that are really important. So we're learning that now, and the problem is how do we integrate that back into how we practice medicine? You know, you've got the American Diabetes Association on one hand saying, and American Heart Association saying, well, we kind of know that we're not sure about antioxidants. Let's just use them to treat the diseases like scurvy and beriberi and forget about the other uses. And then you've got the complementary and alternative nutritional doctors saying, no, this is something we got to have because it actually protects us against aging from inflammation and diseases.
Okay, so free radicals may be the consequence rather than the cause
of aging.
Of aging.
That's right. So as we age, we make more free radicals, as it turns out, and we have less of a mechanism to control it. But also keep in mind that we have certain mechanisms in our bodies that will actually respond to free radicals. For example, research at University of California in San Francisco, published in the journal Current Biology, showed that there's a gene called the HIF-1 gene that actually activates cellular repair genes. Now that's a big statement to make, because now it's showing that we have benefit from the thing that we thought was the enemy.
And then the small insults help us to withstand the bigger ones. In other words, making our immunity stronger.
Right. So if we, for example, if we want to get in shape as an athlete, we'll get in shape slowly. We'll make more free radicals because exercise does make more free radicals. But our body learns how to handle that by producing more antioxidants itself in a balanced way to do that. So over time, those free radicals make our muscles get bigger and stronger, and they can do much more than they could otherwise.
But if you're a weekend warrior, then that's another story.
Totally different story, because the weekend warrior has the problem all of a sudden making a massive amount of free radicals that it's not accustomed to. And then the next day, of course, what happens is you're stiff and you can't walk much, and you may have pulled a muscle or be injured in some way. So it's about balance.
Boy, aging is complex.
The whole human body is complex. And what we have to do is learn as much as we can and stop making assumptions about things that we're not sure about.
Well, also, I guess supplements tend to be overdone. So
Way overdone.
It's better to get your antioxidants in eating healthy foods.
Exactly. And, you know, that's what was shown in these studies that were done on the worms. If you expose them to more free radical stress, they might live 30, 40, or 50% longer. But if you give them antioxidants to try and protect them against the free radical damage that occurs and causes chronic diseases, they don't live longer anymore.
Well, they seem to be more effective in smaller doses.
Exactly.
The antioxidants.
Exactly. So when we're looking at this whole topic of antioxidants and free radicals, we have a lot to learn. And I would say it's better to be more conservative about however we decide to react from the information we have, and not get ourselves in a place where we take one position or the other, and do more research so we can learn what's happening. And in our opinion, it's better if you live a healthy lifestyle, living within nature, doing things the way that it was intended to be done, rather than think we've got everything worked out with our biochemistry and physiology when we actually don't.